Yo, it's Ozzy Kid here. Before this video starts, I'm going to give a little backstory of what happened. So, it was my team, Tune Squad versus Showtime Killers, and Prioxis went up first, and he won his match, making it 1-0 to us. And then JMMA went up second, and he unfortunately lost his match, making it 1-1. So, I was up third, and all the pressure was on me to win the match because if I lost, we would have lost the whole set and our team would have lost. So yeah, that's what happened. And I'm gonna include Prioxis's fight in the description and JMMA's fight in the description if you want to check those out as well. And enjoy the video in it.
So next up, we've got Ozzy. We've got Ozzy Kid, who was here last week, who is 1-0 right now for the team. He's taking on MMA Genius, who is long heralded as a top prospect, also 1-0 here. So two guys who have not yet lost this season, about to go head to head.
So what we're looking at, yeah, both of these guys 1-0, very impressive. Last week, Ozzy Kid is a elite pressure, high fight IQ, also a very entertaining fighter. And what's in front of him is the MMA Genius. Great combos, great counters, great on the ground. This fight will take place in the lightweight division, and we're looking at Charles Oliveira. Maybe somebody is going to pick up Charles Oliveira. We know both of them can't pick up Charles Oliveira, so let's see the mind games that's going to play out now between who you want to pick up, Bailey, and who would you pick up to counter this Charles Oliveira pickup?
Maybe Dustin Poirier, someone who can stay in there, tough it out, but also has enough power to keep Charles on the back foot, because Charles is much easier to deal with when you can pressure him than when he's coming forward to you. But Nate Diaz looks like it's going to be locked in here for Ozzy Kid. Now, first pick was MMA Genius, who locked up Charlie Olives right there. Ozzy Kid picked lightweight as the weight class, but is not looking to lock in any traditional lightweight pick here. There we go. All right, we've seen two Diaz brothers now in a row, and then before that we had Diaz. So every fight so far tonight, Boxer, has had a Diaz in it in some capacity. That's kind of a
Diaz is a great fighter because I mean he's a boxer, all right, and then also whenever he goes to the ground, great defense on the ground. You gotta respect his submissions. Great submission defense, and you're going to need that, especially if you're fighting Charles Oliveira on top, because he has the no cigar perk. And so you got to watch that. Okay, round one. Let's see what happens, Bailey.
I saw Ozzy relentlessly just pushing forward there, even though he was toe to toe, and almost got taken down because of it. But Ozzy trying to close the distance, taking himself right on the inside here. MMA Genius in the blue gloves on the right hand side of the screen. They're representing the Showtime Killers. And so far, Ozzy able to slip a few nice combos in, overreaching with that left hand, double leg cut the angle. Nice work right there for Genius, who's in top position. This is not a bad way to start the fight.
Yeah, exactly. And it's exactly why you want to have this Nate Diaz pickup, right? Because right here, this exactly, you're in this full guard. You had these sweeps from the bottom with Nate Diaz, and it's very tricky. So he kind of nullifies everything that the fighters can do on the ground. And look, already getting another sweep there, Bailey.
Yeah, MMA Genius just tucked that underhook sweep like it was nothing, made that look easy peasy. Usually that gets denied. Did get it off a side control transitional denial as well, which was great work. So MMA Genius showing he's not just able to get the takedowns, he's good at keeping the fight here. But the second time now, Ozzy has hit that half guard sweep from bottom in guard with Nate Diaz. Does not take a much GA at all to get that sweep going, and he proved it there again for the second time. So if you're oh god, if you're MMA Genius, you got to think about, is this where you want to get the fight, or once it gets to full guard, I got to be careful of that sweep. Oh, good posture damage.
You have to be careful. You're right, Bailey. Okay, now these guys have tested each other out on the ground. Let's see if they're ready to stand up and test each other out on the feet. And look at that combination there coming out by Charles Oliveira and MMA Genius. And man, Bailey and these guys are going toe to toe right now.
Yeah, I really think Genius needs to start kicking, needs to start throwing elbows, needs to start throwing knees and front kicks, because if he hangs out in this boxing range, he's going to get chewed up by Ozzy on the outside. Another takedown, which is beautiful work. Why not? Another control here, into side control. I don't
Yeah,
know why I
when
said
you're
control into control, but my bad.
Yeah,
So,
when you're in this half guard position, you definitely want to be transition blocking to the right now because you don't want to get in that full guard of Nate Diaz. I
oh,
also would be leaning on the right there, because this is very tough right here when you're in this guard. Do anything that you can to get out of it. And
oh,
yeah, look, Bailey, I mean, this is the mind games that they're playing right now.
yeah, that was great work there by Genius to pass guard and almost got transitioned immediately, but used the arm triangle fake after being denied to interrupt the timing, which is great. And now doing that with the pump fakes on the far side. He went left, right. That got a nice pass out. But Genius being a lot more active with his fakes from top position, was about to say he should stop himself from
Wow.
getting swept. But once again, Ozzy is able to sweep him, this time by catching a hook. Now in full mount, drops 3 in a row, some straights as well. This is a lot of damage and definitely the way to steal a round, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. See, whenever you had that sweep and then you got a Nate Diaz with a lot of stamina on top, and look at there, able to posture up, land those strikes. That's what's going to score on the judges' scorecards whenever you posture up and land those and score those big significant strikes, Bailey. And so right there, another round right there for Nate Diaz and Ozzy Kid.
Yeah, Ozzy Kid did a great job. Wow, I feel like I'm stuttering everything tonight. He did a great job that round anyway. Genius, again, needs to get these elbows going. Doing a good job there so far. Ozzy's still kind of overreaching a little with that left hand, though. But these clinch strikes, anything Genius can do to avoid just sitting in boxing range, I think is going to help him.
Yeah, exactly. And with Nate Diaz, he can do this all night, especially with that cardio of 96, and especially whenever you are denying these takedowns. And look at that combination work there, Bailey, coming out of the clinch. Man, that you just love to see it whenever you can land some of those body strikes in your combination. That great boxing there from Nate Diaz.
Oh, lovely slip straight there, though. Needs more of that, does MMA Genius. Ozzy doing very, very good with the southpaw boxing. Straight lead hook, nice job. Now jab, rear hook. Seen back between. Lovely combinations. Snap 2 there as well. And this is just perfect range management for Ozzy. This is where he must want to keep 90% of his people online before he TKOs them away. Genius taking more and more shots here. Has to find something to break the rhythm to stop this forward pressure, just getting caught over and over again at the end of these boxing combinations. Oh, there's another one.
Exactly. MMA Genius wants to first find his way away from the cage. And I think he stopped some of this pressure here, was able to grab a clinch here, and now he's on top of the cage. Now, is he going to go for the takedown or is he going to go for the backpack? He went for the backpack. That ended up blocked. But he is out of trouble right now. That's what he needed to do. But let's see, Bailey, and right now, is he going to be able to land some damage on Ozzy Kid, who seems to be in control?
Yeah, Ozzy is just very, very good with Nate. You can tell the way he threw that 1-2, then into that straight sort of flick straight 2 as well at perfect range. I mean, he definitely must play Nate a lot. Genius, you have a lot of weapons with Charles Oliveira, but the boxing of Charles, just the straight up 1-2s, the hooks, it's a little slow because of how his animations and his frameworks, and Ozzy's been able to make most of this fight require that boxing, that close range boxing. These double legs have come out consistently though for MMA Genius. It's just a wonder how they'll be scored, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. The takedown is one thing, but if you don't posture up and if you don't land these strikes to score, it's not going to do you any good. Now you coming up on 1 minute to go in the second round. Don't want to take this to a third round with Nate Diaz, where he has the stamina advantage with that higher altitude perk. But right now, you have 40 seconds to work. Can you posture up? Can you land some significant strikes? Let's see if MMA Genius can do just that. But he finds himself in the guard of Nate Diaz, and this is not where you want to be.
Yeah, I was wondering if that sweep was going to come out. Instead, Genius got some postured up damage, which will help him, but double tap, no sweep coming. Just more ground and pound actually from Genius. Not a bad job just to get some damage off towards the end of the round there. But yeah, Ozzy just showcasing how good his Nate Diaz pick is here tonight. Some beautiful combinations that he was just flowing through. A couple of good slip straights there from Genius, but he needs to get a bit of pressure going backwards so he can get those big body kicks going, can time the knees in range. Anything but hang out here in this boxing range, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're in a Nate Diaz round 3 where these perks start to take advantage. And so let's see if Ozzy Kid can keep this fight on the feet and use that nice boxing and that nice range by Nate Diaz, and he's doing just that so far.
Yeah, both just sitting outside each other's range, but there's a nice three-piece on the inside that flashed a little of the head health of MMA Genius here. Another level change. Again and again and again,
Wow.
been really, really good with those. Nate doesn't have the highest takedown defense stat. There's a quick pass, going to get the deny here as well. In full mount now. Going to take half guard though, which is no, I didn't think so. Yeah, and the armbar is coming. Why not throw it out there? Let's see how good the submission game of MMA Genius is. It's going to be tough to submit Nate Diaz, especially because he didn't have a massive stamina advantage. And it looks like, excuse me, he's going to bail on it there and stay in full mount.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough to submit a Nate Diaz with a 96 submission defense. But look at this huge ground and pound here that the champ is landed. I thought that was over with for a second, but
yeah, right.
But right now, you want to take advantage while that stamina is recovering here. And man, Balian, but this is why you pick up Nate Diaz, just because you know the submissions are coming out from Charles Oliveira. But however, if you can't get it done with the submissions, Charles Oliveira definitely has a nice top game and landed some huge damage there, Balian, that definitely is going to score in the eyes of the judges.
There it is again. Lovely half guard sweep there. Got the grapple advantage as well as the stamina difference. Nice deny there to take position and stay on top here with the side saddle pressure from Ozzy Kid. This is looking to be another round for Ozzy on the board here and taking it home. Hopefully for the Toon Squad, they fought well tonight. Captain Pry came up with the first victory. Ozzy done very well in this fight so far, but MMA Genius not giving up here with the Charles Oliveira pick. It's one apiece for these guys. Standings in the leaderboard. This will be 0-2 for STK in the first 2 weeks. More combinations on the inside there by Ozzy, who's just got more pep in his step. That higher altitude perk that you mentioned, the straight into the liver shot has been coming all night as well, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that combination when you ended out with that uppercut, I mean, it is doing some damage there. Look at that highlight combination there coming out from Ozzy Kid. A huge knockdown, but got a little bit overzealous right here, and he has to be careful because look. Oh, shit. Look at these submissions coming out here from Charles DoBronx. What's going to happen? You got a 98 submission defense by Nate Diaz, but this is deep, Balian. This is a close race, Balian. Take it away.
Oh man, he's gonna get it there. We're pulling up on the far left-hand side, going double back either way for Ozzy, trying to slip out when there's 15 seconds on the clock here. MMA Genius squeezing it out. We're gonna get a performance of the night or something crazy in 4, 3, 2, 1. He doesn't get it.
Balian. Wow, Balian, that could have been for the win, and maybe when it goes to the judges, they may give it to Ozzy Kid. And he was just only a couple seconds away from securing the submission victory, Balian. What an interesting sequence of events to end out an amazing fight.
I mean, all three of those fights, I think, between the three guys from each team were all great fights, Boxer. They all showed up very well matched. Each one of them was an MMA fight with groundwork and clinch work and striking here. Ozzy Kid representing Toon Squad there with the Nate Diaz pick. Let's see who gets a hand raised. Will it be the Toon Squad or Showtime Killers right here, who pick up another win for this season 4, week 4? Someone is going to tell us, hopefully, for this season 4, week 4. We don't know now. Well, who do you think won there, Boxer? Just to keep the people on the tent hooks a little bit more.
Wow, Balian. I mean, I'm not sure who was going to win that.
Yeah, right.
On my level, never stop, I don't forget you. Man on my flow, so mental, I'm back, I won't settle. Got loads of potential, come hot like a kettle. Your bros so dreadful, don't know, misconstrue my challenge, respectful. Got a lot on my level, got lots of potential, no stop, I'ma chase it all. Who's on my level?